Good morning, class. It's Friday. It is while I'm recording at least. It's probably not when you're watching. So, good morning, class. It's not Friday. Though it might be, who knows, and come to think of it, it might not be morning. Probably is, but who knows. You know what, I'm just gonna drop this whole Vlogbrothers thing and start the video. So, the Franco-Prussian War, kind of obscure, right? Like, what even is Prussia? It sounds like Russia and Poland combined, so that would make sense, but nope, it's Germany. For reasons, I guess, I don't know. There's probably some explanation involving linguistic ties between the languages of Germany and Russia, but let's not get into that. Today, we're going to talk about the war between Otto von Bismarck and Napoleon. No, not that Napoleon. No, why would it even be that Napoleon? Napoleon the Third. Yes, him. Napoleon the Third was in charge of the Franco half of the Franco-Prussian War, obviously France. So that's the story, basically. France was the superpower of the time in Europe, but Prussia was going under the leadership of not one, but two powerful leaders, Emperor William and Prime Minister Otto von Bismarck. Well, mostly Bismarck. You don't hear much about William for another 20 years until his son kicked Bismarck out. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Doesn't really help that half the time it's called William, and sometimes it's called Wilhelm, and that royal families have no creativity when it comes to naming their children, so they're all named William or Wilhelm or whatever. Whatever the case, it doesn't really affect the Franco-Prussian War, and I have less than 5 minutes to explain all of this, so let's move on. France and Prussia/Germany weren't the only countries that led to the war. Spain was also an important part of starting a war when a guy named Leopold, who was prince of a region in Germany/Prussia called a place in Germany, got offered the throne of Spain, which he of course refused to negate any possible conflict, and because he felt like it was the moral choice, right? No. Leopold accepted the throne because why be a prince when you can be a king? Naturally, this kind of freaked France out because two of their biggest rivals just became allies. Over in Prussia, Otto von Bismarck was like, France is big and powerful. Beating them in a war would be totally awesome for Prussia and or Germany. But you can't just go starting wars without a good reason. Notice the quotes are on good. So he was like, you know what'd be great? Starting war between two powerful countries by interfering with government affairs between our countries. That could never have any negative side effects for our continent. Yeah, Bismarck was kind of an idiot, but he's a very smart idiot as well, if that makes any sense. Taking advantage of France's and its people's uneasiness over the possibility of Leopold taking the Spanish throne, he took a telegram of the minutes taken from a meeting between Prussia and France in which Leopold was convinced not to take the Spanish throne. Anyway, Bismarck took the transcript of this meeting, which in fact was very polite of a meeting, and made it seem like everyone insulted each other. Then he published it for the world to see. That makes sense if you either want to start a war or basically nothing else. Anyways, this meeting took place in a Prussian town called Bad Ems. It was called the Ems Telegram. Creativity. Anyway, Bismarck's plan worked. Napoleon III declared war on Prussia 5 days later. So, yay? Anyway, France was sure that they could crush Prussia with their superior technology. In return, Bismarck was confident in his larger army and more efficient leadership. France's confidence turned out to be ill-placed, as was shown in the Battle of Sedan during August, in which Napoleon and nearly 100,000 French soldiers were captured. Despite the leader being captured, the French continued fighting with rebel forces in Paris because they never learned how to surrender in dignity. Anyway, rebel forces which continued for several months against Prussia until Bismarck's forces were able to overcome Paris and win the war. The Treaty of Frankfurt was signed on May 10, 1871, ending the war nearly a year after it began. Kind of anticlimactic, right? So that was it. Germany crushed France. France eventually gave up, and that was it. Everyone just forgot about it and moved on. Nope. The Franco-Prussian War, despite being short and kind of forgotten in history, had very important consequences. By winning the war and conquering France, the dominant power in Europe, Prussia gained a ton of power, which helped form a unified Germany, a country that would be a key player in World War I, which was pretty obviously a world-altering event. Furthermore, the capture of Napoleon III led to a reform of the French government, so that's cool too, I guess. And remember, that's not a theory, it's history. Thanks for watching.